So we are going to start out looking at the next unit and what we need to be able to be successful with starting with volume. But before we can do volume, we have to understand how to do area of circles and understanding the parts of circles. So this was something that y'all had done right before spring break last year, and it's kind of maybe something that you're not 100% comfortable with. So I want to make sure that you have a good understanding of it before we start volume. So the part inside of the circle, all of this stuff on the inside, that is obviously our area of our circle. This distance that goes all the way across your circle is called the diameter. Now your diameter goes all the way across. The distance, though, that goes only halfway across, this part right here, and if you were to look at it, if you were to look here, it would go right here. This distance that goes halfway across, that is your radius, and it goes halfway. Now, that should say halfway. Now, the distance around the outside, so the distance that goes around the outside here, that is your circumference. It's also pretty much the perimeter of a circle is basically what it is. Now, if I know the value of my diameter and I want to find my radius, so if I need to find, which you will need to, we basically for our formulas that we will be using from here on out, you will be using the radius, but they like to give you the diameter sometimes. So to find the radius, if you're given the diameter, you just take your diameter and divide by 2, and it will give you your radius. So the area formula for a circle is pi r squared. Basically, that's pi, which is 3.14. And if you have your graphing calculator, if you press second and this button right here, it is right below the clear button. That will also give you pi. And then the r is your radius. And this is not times 2, that is squared. So basically, if we were to write it out better, it would be like pi times your radius would give you your area, but it's really easy just to type it in your calculator doing pi r squared. So if we go to do the first one, if you notice, they give us our diameter. And like I said, for our formula to find area, we want pi r squared. So we need our radius. So they give us our diameter, which is 10. So to find our radius, we have to take 10 and divide by 2, which gives us 5. So we're going to use the formula A equals pi times 5 squared. And you can literally just type that in your calculator, pi 5 times 5 squared. And when you press enter, it will give you 78.54 centimeters squared. So because we're doing area, it's two-dimensional. So that's how you get centimeters squared. So if we look at the next one, it is giving us, so if we have our formula A equals pi r squared, in this case, they are giving us our radius of 5. So we can just plug it right in. A equals pi times 5 squared. You type that in your calculator, and for some reason, it is just like, not for some reason, but it's 5 again, like the first one. It gives you 78.54 centimeters squared. Now, if we look at this next one, it goes all the way across. So that is your diameter of 3. I want my radius, so I'm going to have to do 3 divided by 2, which gives me 1.5. So if I have my formula, A equals pi r squared, I'm going to have A is equal to pi times 1.5 squared. And no joke, you just type that right into your calculator. And once you type that into your calculator, you get 7.07 centimeters squared. So on the next one, it tells us that the diameter, that a circle, find the area of a circle if the diameter is 6 centimeters. So if we draw a circle here, and I have my diameter, which goes all the way across. So I know that the diameter is equal to 6 centimeters. I want just the radius, so I only want halfway across. So again, if D is equal to 6, your radius is 6 divided by 2, which is 3. So my formula is A equals pi r squared. I have A is equal to pi times 6 squared. And I end up with, oh, I messed up. It's not 6, it should be a 3. See, so this is what you have to be super careful about. You have, like, I just made that mistake, right, of putting the diameter into the formula. And that messes you up, right, because you're not using the correct numbers for the formula. And that's going to mess you up for volume, obviously, and surface area when we move to that. So you have to make sure that you are taking your time, which I was kind of rushing. You got to make sure that you take your time and use the correct numbers that it's asking for, because I would have given you the completely wrong answer here. So your area actually is 28.27 centimeters squared, because my radius is 3, my diameter is 6. So make sure that you're using the correct numbers. You have problems to go through and practice on this. It shouldn't take you too much time. There will be a key in the keys folder, so you can go check your work. If you have any questions, let me know. Have a good day.